Many communities neighboring protected areas have in the past had to abandon their gardens and homes following animal raids that have occasionally claimed lives. The increased human-wildlife conflict has been blamed on the growing population in these communities, which has exerted pressure on the protected areas. However, to mitigate this problem, the Uganda Wildlife Authority has set up a number of interventions, including digging trenches around the park border.
We excavate trenches, and those trenches are regularly maintained. And where the trenches are, large mammals don't cross to the communities to destroy their property, their crops. In some areas, we have applied bees. And once elephants come and they intercept a colonized beehive, the bees will make noise and the elephant will go back to the park.
While these, to some extent, have helped address the challenge, they have not been very effective. Following continued outcry from communities neighboring Queen Elizabeth National Park, the government introduced the electric fence.
And where we have electric fencing, actually the problem is solved 100%.
We engaged some communities neighboring the park in Mohocha Ward on the situation before construction of the electric fence.
And sometimes we use vuvuzela, but the time reach, those things become useless because the elephant was increasing, was so many. This electricity has helped us.
We used to spend the night making noise to keep the animals away. Even our family life was disrupted as the men lived in the bush.
Andrew Matela, the chairperson of Rutoke Cell Mohocha Ward in Kasese district, notes that raids by elephants, buffaloes and warthogs were very common.
We suffered for several years, and because of these animals, we made losses. Every day from 6 p.m., the wild animals would raid.
Those are not all. Others are from Kikorongo Parish in Lake Katwe Sub-County equally suffered from these attacks.
The beehives along the park, and when government saw our efforts and Uganda Wildlife Authority, they brought in the electric fence, which has done a lot of good work, that these days people are now sleeping in their houses.
As part of interventions, this association, with a membership of 126 people, was supported to set up beehives at the park boundary.
We have been supported with beehives and some equipments like smokers and buckets, airtight buckets. We are now processing honey.
Uganda Wildlife Authority argues that the existence of the 11 fishing villages in the Queen Elizabeth enclave poses a unique challenge in terms of dealing with human-wildlife conflict.
These people were not supposed to bring wildlife inside the park. The aim was just to fish, and then the fishmongers come, pick this fish, they take out. And in these fishing villages, the population has increased, and what they are doing is bringing now cows to graze, goats, sheep, and these animals are becoming easy prey.
The authority, however, believes that relocating these communities would be the sustainable solution to this problem once and for all.
We cannot fence the whole park and make it kind of a zoo. We can't do that.
A total of 58.7 kilometers have been covered by this electric fence, and plans are underway to have 61 more covered in both Rubirizi and Kasese district. The authorities believe that this will go a long way in addressing the issue of human-wildlife conflict. Benjamin Jumbe, NTV.